Hey, this is Andrew bringing you another Keyforge deck review. This is going to be another Worlds Collide deck. And I will be publishing this on release day, November 8th. So happy Worlds Collide release day. Hope you're getting some good games in and having fun with the new set. I can't believe all the synergy. It seems like there's just consistently something good to do, and maybe it's just hype because I love new stuff, love new cards, but it feels like there's always something good to do. So this deck is going to be Shadows with Logos and Dees. Ooh, that is a classic, great house combo. So I'm excited to see what we get here. With Dees, I'm hoping to be able to control my opponent's deck quite a bit, as well as some board and amber control. With Logos, I'm looking to just accelerate my own deck with draw and archive and such. Maybe some other cool effects. Maybe some house cheating. Although, yeah, maybe some. And then Shadows, I'm hoping to have some good amber control, as well as direct damage based creature control. And this is my first deck that has a house name in the name of the deck. It is Dees, Demon Mistress Bloom. And have to use this once again because my nails are muy cortos, very short. Alright, got a slight bend there. Have to sleeve it up. Okay, let's see what we got. We'll start with Dees. Ooh, wow. That is that's a strong start there. Harbinger of Doom is a 2-power demon with 3 armor, and destroy each creature. Interesting. It's interesting compared to like the gateways, because you don't necessarily have as much control over when this fires. So it's a little bit more of a wild card. We have 2 of those. Wow. Infernus is a 4-power demon. When you play it, you purge up to 2 cards from a discard pile, and your opponent loses amber equal to the total amber bonus of the purged cards. That is such a bonkers effect. This is huge Dust Pixie hate. Hate for cards like Virtuous Works, or Fertility Chant, etc. Fuzzy Ruin. And getting to purge 2 cards is also quite a strong effect. So, wow, just crazy. Really is going to hit those recursion decks pretty hard. Lilithal is a 5-power demon with Fight, Reap, Capture 1. That seems pretty good. Being able to ramp the capture can be quite good in Dees especially, and good with the Shadows hanging about. Malison is a 5-power demon. Its fight effect is you may move an enemy creature anywhere in its controller's battle line. Then, if it is on a flank, it captures 1 from its own side. Importantly, the enemy creature that you're moving is not the creature you fought. It can be a different creature. In fact, probably you killed the creature you fought, but then you're going to move something else to a flank, and it captures 1 from its own side. So that's slow steal in Dees, which is quite good. Misery Exploit. When you play it, you gain an amber for each damaged enemy creature. Okay. The Evil Eye is an action with a bonus amber, and when you play it, keys cost +3 during your opponent's next turn. That can be quite nice if it is well timed. If it's not well timed, you at least get the amber. Oh, Poltergeist is an action with a bonus amber, and when you play it, you use an artifact controlled by any player as if it were yours, and you destroy that artifact. You combine that with the in Furnace, and you have, use it, destroy it, and then purge it if you want, which is, could be quite devastating. Soul Fiddle is an artifact, an item. It can exhaust to enrage a creature. Creeping Oblivion, more purge. It's an action with a bonus amber. When you play it, you purge up to 2 cards from a discard pile. So we're already purging 4 from a discard pile. Oh, and I didn't realize, with Infernus, you could even purge from your own discard pile, and your opponent would lose the amber. That's pretty interesting, and potentially good, if you have cards you would like to purge. Nefru says each time a creature is destroyed, its owner gains 1. That's interesting. Now, it's hard for me to imagine a way that this could fire off the Harbinger, right? Because the Harbinger is going to end up killing the Nefru, and then everything goes in the bin at the same time, so you don't get the Nefru money. So, probably not very good synergy there. And then lastly, we have Scientist Bane, which is an action with a bonus amber, and when you play it, you destroy a scientist creature. Could be a bummer because we have some scientists in our own deck. We'll have to hope our opponent has some. Alright, let's look at our logos here. We have Cutthroat Research. It's an action, you gain an amber, and you steal 2 if your opponent has 8 or more. Oh, by the way, I think out of the D stuff, we have Nefru is back from Age of Ascension, Creeping Oblivion is back from Call of the Archons, Poltergeist was in both, Misery Exploit was in Age of Ascension, and that's it, the rest are new. Cutthroat Research is back from Age of Ascension, and it could potentially be good with the Lilithal, because, that could potentially result in a situation where opponent gains back, but then also kills this and has 8. But otherwise, I just usually don't count on Cutthroat Research being anything more than just gain an amber. Oh, this could help. Eddie is a 3-power AI and Scientist. When you play it, you archive a card, and your opponent's keys cost +1 for each card in your archives. So that could potentially jack up the cost and make Cutthroat Research work. Igor is a 2-power cyborg. After you play it, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand, and discard the others. Very nice for getting through your deck quickly, getting to what you need. The way to think about that is you get to look at 3 cards and just keep the one that is most beneficial to you, right? So it's almost never bad to do that. Hapsis is a 5-power cyborg or a mutant scientist, and after an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Hapsis, you ward it and draw a card. Tau Tau Vapors, you draw 2 cards and archive a card. That's going to pair well with the Edie. Twin Bolt Emission, very fun. Gain an amber. Oh, by the way, the Igor is back from Age of Ascension. Twin Bolt Emission is back from Call of the Archons, and I think it was in Age of Ascension as well. But yeah, everything else we've seen so far in Logos is new. Anyway, gain an amber, deal 2 damage to a creature and 2 damage to a different creature. Ooh, we have 2 of those. That's really good. I like seeing 2 of those. We have Wild Wormhole, which has been in every set. Gain an amber, play the top card of your deck. Very nice. Dr. Millie, 2-power scientist. When you play it, for each creature your opponent controls in excess of you, not counting Dr. Millie, you archive a card. That, I think, has some potential to really hit, because we are not a creature-heavy deck here. And then Mini Groupthink Tank. Ooh, this is fun. It's a 3-power robot experiment with 2 armor, and it has the play, fight, and reap effect. Deal 8 damage to a creature that shares a house with 2 of its neighbors. Yeah, it's a lot of caveats there. So if there are any creatures that share their house with 2 of their neighbors, then you pick one of the creatures that meets that criterion, and you deal 8 damage to it, which is a lot of damage. We have 2 of those. That's going to be fun. And then we have Master the Theory. This could be good with Edie, actually, and the Millie. Master the Theory is an action with a bonus amber, and it says, if there are no friendly creatures in play, you may archive a card for each enemy creature. And that especially has some potential to hit if you just burned Harbinger, right? Maybe you actually have this fire. Who knows? Okay, that's the Logos. Let's go on to Shadows. We have Avenda. This is a card I'm pretty excited about. 4-power Elf Thief. With the Reap effect, deal a damage to a creature, and if this damage destroys that creature, your opponent discards a random card from their hand. That's pretty good. We have 2 of those. If you can fire this twice in a turn, it's extra good. This actually makes me want a Bad Penny, but I don't think we're getting one because I think it would have come up earlier than this. We'll see. Hit and Run is an action. When you play it, you deal 2 damage to a creature and you return a friendly creature to your hand. That can actually work really well with the Avendas because you soften something up. Maybe you have a 3-power enemy creature, you deal 2 damage to it with the Hit and Run. Reap with Avenda and deal 1 more damage to it. And it's good. I'm hoping we get something with a nice play effect. We have a second Hit and Run. Then we have Hawk. Good artifact control in this deck, along with the Poltergeist. So Hawk gives you an Amber and says destroy an artifact, and if you do, gain an Amber. So potentially 2 Amber gain there. That's pretty good. Hugger Mugger is a 3-power Elf Thief with Elusive, and when you play it, you capture 1. Then, if your opponent has more forged keys, steal an Amber. That could be pretty nice, potentially. Simon is a 1-power Elf Thief with Skirmish. After it fights, you... interesting, yeah, so it's an Elf Thief. Online it shows as an Alien Thief, and I haven't seen an errata for it, so I think we go with what's printed on the card. But it has Skirmish, and after it fights, you put the creature it fought on top of its owner's deck. We have 2 of those. That could be real interesting board control there. Hidden Stash, gain an Amber, archive a card. Could work well with the Edie. No Safety in Numbers is an action with a bonus Amber. Deal 3 damage to each creature that belongs to a house that has 3 or more creatures in play. Between that and the mini group think tank, we have good hate for for lack of house diversity, I guess, or for just overloading on one house. Skeleton Key is an artifact and item that you can use to make a friendly creature capture an Amber. Again, that can be good for setting up a lot of Amber to maybe get off a Cutthroat Research or something like that later. We have 2 Skeleton Keys, so potentially a good amount of capture. Okay, let's look. I want to look overall. What is this deck trying to do? So we have some capture. We have some archives. We have some weird board control. Getting to play the Hugger Mugger again with Hit and Run is good if your opponent is ahead. So that could be pretty good, but it's not guaranteed to be. The Avendas could potentially do work, but not guaranteed. Master the Theory, I'm always sad when it goes off. It could end up being good because of the ED, but I'm really not sure. These are the group think tanks. I don't know about that. Millie probably goes off. These are good action cards and Logos. Hapsis is good, but I don't know that it works really well with the rest of these cards. Igor's good, Edie's good, but again, I'm not sure how well they synergize. The Dees is kind of a little all over the place. I think I'm most excited about all the Purge and the Artifact Control. The Harbingers, we'll see. So I feel like this deck is probably going to struggle. It could definitely do work, but it doesn't have like a clear here's what I'm trying to do. All 3 houses were just kind of a little. I'm not excited about the house in itself, and other than maybe this story around capturing and archiving, I don't really see a lot of synergy either. So all things considered, I don't think this deck is going to go a huge distance, but it still looks fun, and I will certainly play it. And anyway, I hope you're having a great release day, getting in some games with Worlds Collide. I will hopefully be getting in some play, maybe with this deck today. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and get out there and forge those keys.